Come here, Lex. Good girl. Come on, Lexi. Hey, Lexi. Lexi. Come here, baby. Good girl. How you doing? Yeah, I see that. Come on, Lex.
Weighing her options.
How are you doing today?
She's trying to run away.
Lexi. Good girl, baby. How are you doing?
And
Good
almost
girl.
submits, but she's still looking around to see where she can go.
Yeah, that's a good girl. Oh, yes,
Okay.
she is.
We're turning the
That's
recall
very
into a
good
follow.
girl. That's very nice. That's very good girl. Oh my god. I think that's amazing. Come here, Lex. Good girl. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're amazing. Come here, Lex. Good girl. Hi, honey. Good. Good. Oh my goodness. Gracious. Not remarkable. She's a runner. Bad.
Oh yeah.
And she's just out here. Right now you can see her still looking at places to run.
Yep. I think before she was adopted, we were thinking she's feral. She had puppies.
Yeah.
Her paw pads were really rough.
Yeah, for sure. She feels that way.
Yeah.
The street dogs, the fairly domesticated, feral feeling dogs, there is definitely a vibe to them. I mean, you can kind of tell.
She's looking all around saying, where can I go?
But that eye contact she just gave me is new, so that's good. Recall and stay. Recall and stay.
Yep.
That's a great foundation. And you'll find that it's also difficult.
Very difficult.
Because it's not about the dog's knowledge of knowing the commands. They learn that so fast. It's then them testing the boundaries to actually create a follower. They have to go and express their unfaithfulness, if you will, and each time it doesn't work out, but it works out following you. The trajectory of the path the brain takes when you met with that situation will change. Instead of trying what used to work, which now they know, they keep testing it, ends with aversives. If they do this other thing that ends nicely, it'll change the response. Okay? But and all we're doing is recall and stay, and just various little exercises. But you can see when you do this type of stuff, you just see just how unfaithful most dogs that come through are. They really just will not listen to you, just because you're asking them to do something. Because the dog understands, if they give you that, they're giving you control. And they don't give that for free. You have to earn it. And how you earn it is if you ask them to do something and then they don't, you have to be able to correct and then redirect them back. And you also have to be able to give rewards. And I like to use praise, affection, free time, and luxuries and privileges for when they're following, right? Good. So, work on your recall, work on your stay. And what you'll see is the dog will know what you're saying, but they'll choose not to listen, and that's what we call attitude, right? But as soon as you have a way to correct effectively and then direct them, they understand what you're saying, then in a week or two, maybe even sooner, you'll see your dog giving you all sorts of good stuff. Good. Yeah, but this dog's definitely a runner. Break.
Yay,
That's what I'm talking
Lexi!
about. Good
She's like, I don't even know where to go.
girl. If I'm not on a leash, if I'm not being held on a leash, why can't I run away?
Yeah, it's making her question everything she always
She's
knew.
like, the world doesn't make sense. I can run away, but it doesn't work out.
Yes.
But if I stay listening, it's working out.
Slowly chiseling away at it.
Not only is it working out, it's paired with really good stuff that she
Yes.
likes. Free time outside, chewable bones, extra treats, and good food, time and with comforts like nice beds and things like that. Whereas she's not listening, then we have to go into more training, right? So we the more the dog listens, the easier they because what I'm really teaching them, I just need you to be in the mindset of listening. That's the real thing. It's not really about the recall right now and that's just bonus. It's about you listening. Once she realized, and they all realize that about a weekend, right? They're like, oh, if I'm just like have this mindset of like, you see the dogs come out when they're ready, they're like, I'm gonna listen. You can see them saying, I'm gonna listen. So then when you give them a lesson, it's really easy because the stuff's simple. And then what I'm really saying I love is that you're listening. That's what I love. We can learn all the commands. That's no problem. As soon as you say, I'm not gonna listen and I'm going to buck the system, that's where we'll have to correct. That's where we'll have to do more training, more reps, right? As soon as your brain says, I'm with you, I'm listening, you'll pick up the lesson, we'll be done, it'll be gravy. So that's the state of mind stuff, teaching a dog how to be a follower. And part of being a good follower is coming out of the kennel willing to listen and trusting that your owner is going to allow you to get what you need, but you also have to listen. You're gonna get your time to run around and get your energy out, right? That'll be when your owner says it's time, right? So I just seen 2 dogs come out of the kennel today, her not being one of them because she's so new here, she will be soon. And they said, from the beginning, they said, I'm gonna listen to everything you say, and they had great sessions. And then they went into the kennel and they were happy, right? And then they got their extra treat and they're like, I get it, I just have to listen, I just have to pay attention. And those dogs are now over the hump, if you will. They're now gonna be easy to tighten up and then send home. The whole thing is getting a dog to actually want to follow a human, okay? They know, how many of them don't know the commands when they come here? They'll sit, they know sit, down, they know down. They know, they know what you're saying when you say recall, right? They might not have a perfect heel, but they can know that you don't like them to pull and go after things. They know. You point out a bed, you tell them to get on the bed, they know, right? Very rarely does a dog come in that, it's happened before. The dog doesn't even know its name. It's not in reality. It's just kind of like, reactionary. It hasn't been stable for a second. But most dogs come in, they know the basic stuff, but they don't want to listen to it. Because then that means you'll be leading, and then the craziness is gone. The chaos is gone, and it's filled with harm. And dogs, they seem to want to go into that area of like Wild West. If they had it their way, your house would be a wreck. All right, so she's doing good. My guess is that after this training, she's going to become much more lovable and much more committed, because with a commitment to a human, not only do they listen, but another side effect is that they tend to become more affectionate. They want you to be petting on them more and stuff. So I see once she gets all this expression out, she down. This is amazing. This is my time to actually, let me explain something here. This has already been long enough, but this is my time to pet her, because she's trying to do what she thinks I expect rather than her old associated behavior, which is go wherever I want. She caught herself, she's self-regulated, she laid down, she's vibrating a little bit. But that's her doing that for me. So then I come down and I say, I really appreciate that. Now this isn't gonna look like this when we're done, right? When unless there's time, there might be moments where a dog struggles, but this isn't the norm, right? This in here, this is the beginning, and it's because she's very new to having this impulse control. I think the only impulse control she had, but she didn't have any. The only way to keep her from going after things is walls in your house and the leash.
Yes.
So she's constantly, This mimics freedom. The way I use the long line, there's not tension on the leash. It's just there in case the dog really tries to go. So they feel free. Okay, the big lesson for her today is not to run away. She did a little listening with the stay and the follow. I have a feeling this is the first time for her. And listen, she's already had kids, right? She's already had pups. She's older. She's not like a puppy like these other dogs that are here right now. So when I start teaching her puppy lessons, any adult dog, you start teaching them puppy lessons, they're like, don't treat me like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you don't know how to do puppy stuff. We have to talk about puppy stuff, right? Stay, right? Come here, right? Go lay down. This is like puppy stuff. So they don't really tend to enjoy going back over those lessons that they never paid attention to or cared to listen to. But once they get over the other side, life is so much better for them. You start to see the real change.
She looks amazing.
Yeah. So. Good. Yeah, because this dog was going to have a very small life.
Mm-hmm.
Very small life.
And always at risk. Nobody
Always
leave a door cracked.
Gone.
Nobody leave a gate unlocked.
Gone.
Don't
So
drop the leash.
There's that layer of stress just always for the humans. And then the dogs, liability of being injured or something bad happening
Lost.
is pretty high. A lot of these dogs that run and don't have, you can't stop them. They do get out the door and they do get hit by dogs. They get hit by cars, and they get into dog fights, and they chase wild animals. It's never good. So doing this I'm convinced will save a dog like this life.
Oh, yeah.
From that moment, that inevitable moment always, and it feels that way at least, that they eventually get out the door and go get into trouble. Okay, so she's doing great. She's regulating herself. Never put her down. Didn't even have any powder down yet. But because I said I like that so much, she'll start giving it to me more when she's thinking about running. That's her coping skill.
Absolutely.
She's doing it herself. Okay, Missy, Lexi. So the next thing here. See, she don't look at me.
Yep.
When I say her name. Good. Break.
Yay!
Lexi, break.
Good
Good girl. That was
girl.
amazing.